Jai Hind everyone, welcome to the Patriotic IAS. Let's start our discussion on the Hindu and we will take the following these topics. Uh, we will start with the there is the protest is going on, and one of the theory that is always there, the great replacement conspiracy theory. This is with respect to the minority and majority. Wherever there is the one community, fear factor is introduced, and whenever there is the you need to make a particular community in stereotyping. So this theory we will study. This is always true for the wherever there is the minority and majority conflict is there. So this is associated with GS paper 1 society, as well as this is associated with the world history, and at the world level we will try to know this is the conceptual part. Then we will study the Bengal rights bodies decry the suspension of the fund. So it will come under the center-state relations between the union government and the state government, where the government is of the opposition party. So this is we are seeing that the funding has been delayed in the many areas. So this has been the cause of the conflict. This Madhika language, this is particularly belong to the few of the community, one of the community, and very small, only two people has left who can speak this influential. So this is on the a bit threat, and on the threat of extinction, and those this language is very similar to the mixture of the all the southern languages such as the Kannada, Malayalam, and Telugu. So we will study about this. After that, there has been the discovery of this Kairali AI chip. This is useful. So we will study under what are the area where it can be used under the GS paper 3, Science and Technology. This is the temple, and this is the point where our Prime Minister has visited. So we will try to locate this Kothandaramaswamy temple and Arichalmunai point. So we will try to locate where this is situated. NISAR mission is about to be launched. So we will study what are the features, what are the benefits that we will get. So GS paper 3. This is the location of the places, so world geography and Indian geography. This mosquito fish as an invasive species. We introduced this mosquito fish to control the mosquitoes and the disease associated with mosquitoes, but due to their negative impact, instead of they are able to control the mosquito, but they have the negative impact in the other area, counter impact. So we will study how they are an invasive species, because this is not native to the India. They has been introduced from the American subcontinent, American continent. Okay. Mpemba effect we will study again, GS paper 3, associated with the physics. So it is associated with the temperature change and how the freezing takes place of the hot and cold water. After that, we will study the recent law. This is covered under the editorial Post Office Act, and we have seen that there has been the compromise on the right to privacy and right to freedom of speech and expression. So we will discuss this in a comprehensive manner. Again, on this editorial page, it has been covered that India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. So due to this war between the Hamas and Israel, this corridor is in the a bit getting impacted, and its future that has been discussed in that particular article. Further, we will study the day after day 2 day before on 19th. This slim spacecraft has been landed, and it is from the Japan. So basic information we try to know. Again, science and technology, GS paper 3. Growth of India and Bangladesh ties has been covered in a very comprehensive manner. So this is there could be a full-fledged question on this. So we will study this India-Bangladesh relations. What are the challenges? What are the future prospects? And where we are doing some of the dealing dealing each other, so that we can reach a agreement on the free trade as well as other area. We will study all these things. So GS paper 2, international relation. New technology has been developed, and it is the rabbit R1 technology. It is based on the artificial intelligence for the one level above whatever we are doing now. Like from the chat GPT, we can do the textual thing, but this will do the execution thing. Again, we will study GS paper 3. And in the last, there is now the death anniversary, 100 death anniversary is being celebrated in the Russia. So we will study about the some of the comment from the Russian President Putin about the Lenin with respect to the Ukraine war. All this will be the part of our discussion. So let's start with the first page. The first page, the first news is with respect to the consecration or ceremony of this Aram temple. So there is no significant area with relevant to the UPSC. We will not going into this. Then this news is again not significant. Nothing, no information is with respect to the UPSC. This you can see that this is interesting. This is known as the walking on the stilt. So this is they have made the world record. Just you should know that this is the way, this walking on the stilt. This is for the curiosity. There is the news with respect to the Donetsk region of the Russia. So this is very important region with respect to the iron and the steel industry. So we will locate it on the map. So let's see on the map. Okay, so this is the region. This has the border with the Russia, and Russia has now captured this. So this is you should just know that this touch the Sea of Azov, and on the eastern side the Russia is there, and this is famous for the iron and the steel. That's all about. Next important news is with respect to there has been the anti-immigration movement and counter anti-immigration movement against the far rights. Far rights want the immigrants, those who are not white people from the Europe, and particularly they are not assimilated citizens. They should be deported out of the Germany. So against this, there has been this movement, and the people are against this demand for the deportation and the discrimination of the people who have immigrated into the Germany and the European countries. So there is the theory of the great replacement conspiracy theory. As per this theory, minority are always the suspicion is always drawn on the minority, that their population will gradually increase and they will replace the majority population. For example, here in the Germany and other European country, they think that the Asian people from the India, Pakistan, China and other countries, they have come there, and gradually their population will increase and they will replace all the white European people. There is always such suspicion, such theories also in the US against the black people and Asian people. Again, we also see frequently such concept in India as respect to the minorities. So yes, there has been the opposition of this demand, and they have compared this demand of the deporting and discriminating the outsider with respect to the Nazi policy. And in world history, you will study about the 1C conference. Under that, in this conference, these Nazis planned to extermination of the European Jews in a mass scale. So world history, this conference is very important. You should remember that 1C conference is associated with this World War II and Hitler regime and with the Nazis. Next important news that we will cover with respect to our, this is with respect to the tussle between the West Bengal government and Union government. There has been the pending payment with respect to the Manrega, and it is for the 2 years. So, in the tussle between the center and state government, the people who suffers. So, if the Manrega has not been given, the people must be suffering. So whenever you have to bring the example between the of the center state tussle, you can bring these recent examples. Just one point you can cover from this. Next important news that we are going to cover. It is with respect to this language. Madhika language. This is spoken by the community known as, here the name of the community is given. They belong from the Kannur district of the Kerala, and they are the Chakalia community. And they has been the brought, they belong from the so-called this untouchable community, and they have been the discriminated, and they have been the treated in a very inhuman manners. That's why they don't want to associate with this language, because this Madhika language is always associated with this community, and this community were in the past they were treated very inhuman manner, and that's why the people belonging, new generation belonging from this community, Chakalia community, they try to associate themselves with the Malayali language and disassociate with respect to this Madhika. So only two person who have left, those who can speak this in a fluent manner, these two personalities. So you should just remember this Madhika language. This is in the threat, and they blend, this language blend the Telugu, Tulu, Kannada and Malayalam. And mostly these were being they are mostly similar to Havyaka Kannada. This is the old form of the Kannada. So this is all about with respect to this news. You should remember. Next important news with respect to GS paper 3 internal security. This is our Home Minister has made some of the comment with respect to the target with respect to the Maoist and Maoism. They want to eliminate this Maoism in the 3 years. So the plan that has been brought, you can always bring the strategy to fight the Naxalite and the Naxalism is this should be the mixture of the military security force as well as the development program. So with respect to this, they are going to choke the finance stream and the continue intelligence led operation. So it should be the so that the casualty of civilian can be reduced. If there will be it will be based on the intelligence based operation. And they are also want to use this central and state government schemes for the development purpose. So it should be the combination of soft power and the hard power that should be used to tackle this Naxalite and insurgency and extremist issues. So what they are going to use, they are going to use this security camps, those situated into those Naxalite area. They will try to reach the villagers with respect to the development plan, and the scheme will be provided by this security camps, so that there could be the trust between the security government and the local people. Next important news, this Kairali AI chip. This is discovered and invented by the Digital University Kerala, and this is the silicon proven artificial intelligence chip, and the name is the Kairali AI chip. And what is the use of it? It could be used for the precise farming technology. Precise means whatever the need of the inputs, it should be the as per the balance and exact need. If we need the fertilizer quantity 200 gram, we shouldn't be giving it the 1 kg, because it has the negative impact on the soil as well as the productivity. So precision helps in the lot of areas, saving the reduce the input cost as well as increase the productivity and increase the sustainability. So what they will do by that, this will help in the real time monitoring of the crop health, means what crop needed at the different stages of the its its a whole cultivation process. It will also track the soil condition and other environmental factor. It will also help in the more efficient use of the resource and better crop yield. Okay, so this is all about. This technology can also help in the real-time language translation, and thus it will enhance the image processing. Okay, and it will also help in the computing power of the real processing sensory information. This is crucial for the autonomous driving. So now the new technology that we are bringing with respect to the autonomous driving, it will provide the imaging more effective, and it will provide in the real time processing. This is the important, and it will also help in the edge computing capability. Okay, so it will help in the faster and efficient facial recognition algorithms and threat detection. Beside that, it also help in the real-time analytics in the security and surveillance. So these are the use of this Kairali AI chip. So you should remember this is how this has the utility in different area. So next important news that is relevant for UPSC. Okay, so our Prime Minister, before this Ram temple consecration, he is visiting different places associated with the Lord Rama. So he has visited this temple known as the Kothandaramaswamy temple, and this is Arichalmunai point. So let's locate it into the map. This is the last point. Okay, so this is the last point that connect a point of the India, and here after that the Sri Lankan territory starts. There is the sea, our land, land point. Okay, so after that it's the sea, and after that the Sri Lankan territory starts. So it is the last point that connect the. This is last point last point on the land. Okay, and the temple is situated here. So let's show the temple as well. So this is the temple. After the temple, okay, just it will help you to recall whenever you will find this into the UPSC paper. So the name of this temple, and this is associated with the Lord Rama and mythology of the Ramayana. In this mythology, it is believed that here this is the place where the Lord Ram conducted the coronation of the Vibhishan, the brother of the Ravan. And yes, it is here the younger brother of this Vibhishan. He met the Ram and asked for the refugee and help to get its position in Sri Lanka, Lanka. Okay. Next important news that we will cover is NISAR Mission. It is about to be launched in the 1 or 2 week. So yes, it will launch early 2024, maybe very soon we will see. So what is the main feature of this? First is that it is the collaboration of NASA and ISRO, and that's why the name is NISAR, NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar Mission. So it has the synthetic aperture radar, and it will help in the collection of the data, and it will have the collection in a very consistent basis, and these were the reliable set of the measurement. Okay, and if we will have this data, it will help into the understanding the change in the Earth's ecosystem, ice mass, vegetation biomass, sea level rising, groundwater, and natural hazard. And natural hazard like the earthquake, tsunami, landslide, all this will help. Even this will help in the precise prediction of the hurricanes on the cyclone, whatever is going on. So they will provide data for the prediction, and that's why we can use into the disaster management. So these are the things that are the mainly help and its benefit of this NISAR mission. So NISAR mission, the first point important is that it is the collaboration of India and US NASA. Okay, so that is all about you should know. You should also know this the NAMS summit that is going in the Uganda, and the capital of Uganda is Kampala. And also you should know that there was the uh, expulsion of Indians in the 1972 by the then dictator of Uganda. So whenever the international relation comes and the diaspora, Indian diaspora, it is being discussed. So you should mention this, and this is a great means max. This is example of the atrocities against the Indian diaspora that has faced in the 20th century. Next important news is with respect to the this invasive species, mosquito fish. This mosquito fish is not native to India. They are native to the US, and they were brought introduced in India so that we can tackle the issue of the mosquitoes. But gradually what we find, they are not only eating the mosquito, they are also eating the eggs of the local native species like the frog and the local fishes. So what they are doing, there are the so many species of the fish and the frog, like the amphibians. They are getting the threat and getting endangered due to this fish. So what is the solution for that? Solution is that we should bring the alternative of this mosquito fish, and it should be the local native fish who can eat on the larva. So we larva of the mosquito, as well as they are the locals, so that we cannot create the threat for the local species. So what we need a collaboration of mosquito biologist and also this entomologist and invasive ecologist and also the fixed taxonomist. So all this should come, and they should bring a compiled list of the native fish species in each basins, river basins, that are capable of controlling the mosquito larva. Okay, so this species has been also introduced in the Australia, and there has the same problem the Australia has also faced. So alternative fish, native fish, that is the main demand. Next important news that we will take is this concept of Mpemba effect. This effect say that the hot water can freeze faster than the cold water. Generally, we think that it is the cold water that should be the freeze first, but it is the hot water, and this is because of the micro bubbles left suspended in the water that has been heated by the boiling. So that's why it is the hot water that can freeze faster as compared to the cold water. So this effect, Mpemba effect. Next important news that we will take is with respect to the this civil liberty, and it is in the context of this use of Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, and the government has used this power to curb any of the criticism of those NGO and civil society who are working in the different areas, such as in area of the environment and the rights of the people, and also in the area of human rights. These are the area that is being used, and recently they curb this. They are suspending. The government is suspending the license, as well as they are cancelling the license even. So in the case of this Center for the Policy Research, the government suspended the license under the FCRA, and later it's cancelled itself. Okay, so if you will cancel this license and the access to the foreign funding, so it will be very difficult to run the organization, because for the any organization, if it is NGO, if they don't have the own income sources, they are always run and administered by the foreign funding and other funding. So this money is very important part to keep it the free from the any influence, as well as to keep itself work for the neutral manner. Many a times, if you are being funded by the a big corporate, single corporate, so or a party, so it will be very difficult to give a neutral. But if you are getting the funding from the lot of organization and the like-minded people, either into the India or the foreign. So there is all these things. So there are many of the NGO who are really misused, but the many a times even the NGO who are working in a genuine manner, but they are speaking or they are publishing anything against the government. Like in the case of this Center for the Policy Research, what the government used, this CPR's publication, they equated it with the current affairs programming, and that's why they prohibited, because current affairs programming is prohibited. Okay, so a recent kill, it is with the World Vision India that the license has been cancelled. In this editorial, it is talking about if you are talking about the being Vishwaguru and mother of the democracy, and if you will start curving any of the criticism or the disagreement, so it do not reflect good on the democratic indicator, and that's why many a times we get very low indices with respect to this democratic index, as well as the freedom of the press or the civil liberty. So recently we saw that this US based non-profit Freedom House, they have described India as the electoral autocracy, and India said that this is the conspiracy against us. So in the last, it is concluding that it will be pointless to complain that there is the bias and conspiracy if you are taking such decision, because this make it clear that your decision is not let the organization and NGO work into the free manner and critical to the government. Next, this article is with respect to this Post Office Act, and the government gave assent to the Post Office Bill. Now it is the Post Office Act, and there is the provision that talk about in the case of any emergency, there will be the government and Post Office authority can intercept the messages and your letters. Means if you are sending the letters or the message, if someone is reading, means it is against the privacy as well as the freedom of expression, because what you want to express, if someone is intercepting in between, you will not able to freely express your opinion. So this is the case, and we have seen it in the previous act, such as the Indian Telegraph Act, as well as the Indian Wireless Telegraphy Act. Such provision was there. Now this has been replaced with Telecommunication Bill 2023. That is in the news as well. Now this has got the assent as well. So this emergency situation, that has not been defined properly, and that's why there was the lacuna, and it was further defined by the Supreme Court judgment in the People's Union for the Civil Liberty case 1996. So this, the Supreme Court defined and laid down the procedure and safeguard the check arbitrariness and misuse of the power by the authority in the case of the interception of the messages or the any such activities that infringe the right to freedom of speech and expression. Whenever you are even phone tapping, this is not considered. This is also considered as the violation of the freedom of right to privacy and freedom of speech and expression. So further it is talking about the even one more case. It has mentioned that the this district registrar and collectors Hyderabad case 2005. Here again it has defined that the right to privacy is not lost as a result of the confidential document and information being parted with the customer to the custody of a bank. Means if you are going to bank and giving your information, it is not the right of the bank that they disclose. They have to keep it secure and secret. It is not anyone going and getting your information. Even if you are sending the letters and other information by the post office or from the any mod, it is not the right of the authority that open your letters. They cannot read the letters until and unless they are getting the permission from the higher authority with the reasonable regions fairness. Okay, even the court held that this whenever you have to require this violation, means if you want to open this intercept these messages, so written recording of the order should be there. And even here it is talking about the wherever there is the you are going for the search and the seizure, so written recording should be there. It is also the violation of the right to privacy and the right to freedom of speech and expression. Puttaswamy case, recently we saw the clear cut, it is the right to communication has been brought under the part of right to privacy, and this has been further brought under the Article 21 right to life and liberty. It is in the Article 17 of the International Covenant on the Civil and Political Rights 1966. This is the global law that ensured the right to privacy. And India is also the part of this convention and this law. So this talk about the no one shall be the subjected to the arbitrary or unlawful interference with his privacy, family, and his personal matter that is related, yes, here, related to the his home and the correspondence, and yes, there should not be any unlawful attack on his honors and reputation as well. So it is under the international law, and as per our directive principle that that's talk about the we should follow and respect the international convention and the law. So we should be abiding by all this law, and this all prevent any of the violation of the privacy. So what is needed? There is need to clarity what is this emergency being into this act. And if you want to connect with the what we have defined in the 491 rules of the telegraph rules. So this is the solution that has been provided here. So you should remember this PUCL law. This is important to bring this laid down for the whenever there is need to intercept the message or any such communication, how the guideline has been provided by the Supreme Court. And you should also remember that this is the one of the case where you can give as an example for the judicial activism as well as the judiciary entering into the frame of the legislature, but it was needed and it was legitimate. Next important news we are going to take is with respect to the initiative with respect to the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor. So this is we are going to bring this under as the alternative to the Belt and Road Initiative of the China, and now it is getting a lot of funding and support from the US, Europe, because they wanted alternate infrastructure, road connectivity, sea connectivity to the Chinese BRI project. But due to this attack from the Israel, all this has been stopped and has been the paused. You should know that what are the you should see the map with respect to this. What are the how the route is going for this economic corridor? The it will start from the Gujarat and Mumbai. This is the Mundra port that is the largest port now in India, operated by the Adani. This is also private port, and this is the Mumbai. So here to here it will connect the Jebel Ali. It is the UAE, and after that this will be the road and rail link, and it will reach to the Hafia. After that again the sea route, and it will reach to the Europe. It will go to the France. Okay, so this is connecting through this Italy, and also France has been connected. So all over the Europe and Asia will be connected by this project. So you should remember all this thing. Okay, so this Al Haditha, this is in the Saudi Arabia. Hafia, this is in the Israel. So yes, this is in the Israel. Let me locate that. Yes, Hafia here, Israel, and this will be the, I think, yes. So this is the Haditha. So Turkey is now not covered under this project, but in the future there is the chance that Turkey will be also brought under that. And it is talking about the Abraham Accord recently achieved to make the peace agreement between the UAE